The biggest one that comes to mind is when Delta decided to move towards fully revenue-based status, which follows what American did last year. And United also recently announced that they're moving in that direction. So I think you've seen the three major US carriers move towards fully revenue-based status, which is a significant departure from, when loyalty programs were first created, where it was based on, how much you flew or how much you stayed in a hotel or all of that. But now it's based on revenue, which is interesting because it also includes spending on their co-brand credit cards. So there's been a significant drive to promote spending on the cards, and that's worked really well for American. They've had more people take out cards. Delta, I think, is hoping for the same result, as well as spending with partners. They have a rental car partnership with Hertz, hotel partnerships. Not so much Delta, but American and United have strong hotel partnerships. So you've started to see, I think, more drive towards, pushing revenue towards their partnerships, for which they undoubtedly earn a commission. So I think it means that a lot of these programs that previously used to be called frequent flyer programs are now kind of frequent spender or frequent, partnership ecosystem engager, that kind of thing. And I think it's we'll see what happens for the rest of the world. I don't know if that'll work as much in Europe for various reasons, but certainly something we're keeping an eye on.
We really have a very strong drive in loyalty around what I call emotional loyalty, which is moving away from the traditional world of rewards and basically the redemption options that have been linked to points and miles, and really creating a deeper engagement through passion points, through interests, and really providing access to things that basically you would have access to, and mainly in the experiential space. So at Accor, we made that transition with the launch of Accor Live Limitless. We provide 2,000 exclusive events per year, over 2,000 exclusive events, in fact, across the globe to meet all of these passion needs. And our customers that engage with these experiences re-engage even faster and even stronger on the core business of hotels. So emotional loyalty is a big one. The second drive for me in 23 around loyalty was how to make loyalty even more simple. Taking the complexity out of loyalty, points, point scale, redemption, all of that seems very, very difficult to comprehend. And a lot of programs have tried to cut through this complexity and provide greater clarity and simplification in the rules and the rewards that they actually provide to customers. And we have gone one step further with regards to some of our competitor programs in the hospitality space. We provide an actual monetary wallet linked to points that have been accumulated through the hotel stays in our hotels. So 2,000 points equals 40 euros, no blackout dates. You can use this partly with cash, or directly only with points. We provide a very easy way of actually understanding how much value has been generated out of your loyalty. And we do this throughout the network. So those are two items that I think are going to continue. And the third one is probably subscription, because subscription started in 2020, around streaming, music streaming, entertainment streaming. And then, it's been existing with mobile and other industries. Now, I think in the travel space, subscription programs have started to pop up, and they're going to continue in 2024 and beyond.
I think the industry is getting back to its feet. As I think we all know, the industry is outperforming forecasts and certainly performing better than the 2022 industry budget and industry plan at the time. Obviously, it depends on where you look at in terms of pockets of development. China obviously has been slow to come back, but domestically within China, they've exceeded their 2019 levels. So that's good news. And then, there are a lot of predictions about 2024. So in terms of loyalty, I think the industry itself is also getting up to its own feet. Many are exploring, continuing, the initiatives that they had put in place during and just after the COVID years. And my understanding is that there's a recognition of the value of loyalty programs, particularly during the COVID years when we saw how much money could be raised by the industry in pledging their frequent flyer programs as a collateral. And so more frequent flyer programs, in my view, are placing greater emphasis in developing more value to the programs. And so in terms of big ticket items, I don't think we've seen any yet throughout the year in the aviation industry. There was, for want of a better term, more of the same, but generating different kind of values in terms of each individual frequent flyer programs.
In terms of loyalty industry, I'll speak to the hotel industry if that's okay. I know that a little bit more specifically, but I would say similar to recent years, the shift continues for hotel loyalty programs to be the face of the brand and at the forefront, as opposed to back in the day it was always the hotel brand or the ownership group. And, it's just something I saw this week. Something was announced a year ago, but I saw this week that it's now taking reservations and going live. But really caught my eye was there's a concept called Apartments by Marriott Bonvoy. It's not Apartments by Marriott, it's Marriott Bonvoy. The loyalty name is now in the actual concept name, which is, it's the most extreme. We've seen it, be at the forefront of advertising and messaging, but now to be in the program, in the actual concept name is like really a different level. And that's just showing how quickly it's progressing to be loyalty is such a key piece of the business. And it's extremely consumer facing as well. That's kind of on the business side, but I would say the shift, is seen among consumers as well. We just completed a recent 2024 travel survey, and we scanned our members globally. And we just asked them where they're traveling next year and what kind of is motivating their decisions or influencing them. And something that we saw across regions is that loyalty program is now either the number one or the number two factor in deciding what hotel they're choosing. And that is interesting because last year it was actually closer to number three. So this year it's loyalty program and quality of accommodation. Last year it was location or neighborhood of the hotel and then price. Those are the obvious ones. Those were always the number one and two. This year, those are below loyalty program and quality of accommodation. Like loyalty program actually is now a key factor there. And then also we had asked about channels of booking, like sources. If you're going to be researching hotels or booking hotels, where do you go for that? And last year, a lot of hotels were being gone to direct websites and apps. And this year, loyalty program was number one, followed by online travel agents. So again, it's just saying that the importance and influence of loyalty really has grown significantly in 2023 compared to when we did a similar survey last year.
Digital transformation was in the focus. Loyalty programs became more seamless in terms of customer experience. Sustainability is also rising. Gamification is up to rise. And AI and personalization started to be a part of the loyalty programs in a basic level, but in my opinion, it will be take much more space under loyalty.
I believe the key milestones in 2023 for most loyalty programs had been revamping their current infrastructure, as well as looking at different coalitions and partnerships. That kind of changed the market and created a bigger ecosystem in the industry and changed the perspective for customers that it's not just a specific loyalty program to one brand, but that brand can give you a bigger ecosystem as well.
The first focus has been on recovering traffic. The pandemic has been something unprecedented in terms of the impact. Never the industry had faced something so dire. And so all our members, and we in support of them, have been focusing on the last 18 months to accompany the recovery. Luckily, the recovery is going well. It's been very healthy. We recently had calls with each of the 19 airlines, SkyTeam, and we asked several questions. And when we came to the traffic part, everyone was smiling. Everyone was happy. So that was the first thing. The second thing for us has been continuing in the journey towards a more seamless customer journey, a seamless travel. So we have invested significantly in technology, in digital technology in particular, and so we didn't stop during the pandemic. So the actual budget was significantly lowered. Of course, not to weigh on our members' balance sheets, but we kept on focusing on technology during the pandemic. So we kept the lights on in a way. And this is now continuing, and this is now, I would say, accelerating. And when I mean digital, I mean digital technology to fundamentally improve customer experience in the areas of check-in, for example, ancillary services and notifications, bags, and so on and so forth. The third area is sustainability. We did a very important, and we are still doing it, initiative called the Sustainable Flight Challenge, acronym TSFC, whereby in the month of May, all our airlines, all our member airlines have flown one or more existing flights in their network, trying to make it as sustainable as possible. So this year, 22 airlines, 72 flights, competing on 26 categories. It has been an incredible journey, supported at CEO level with very eminent jury made of members of, world quality level. So that has been the third big area. So I would say recovery, seamlessness, sustainability.
What has been observed in the last 12 months or so, of course, is the structural excess demand of all the passengers coming back. So that's a very good sign. Flying is still sexy, and that's something that people have recognized as a need, as a fundamental human need, and that's something we really cherish. At the same time, we have seen a lot of constraints in the ramp up, but also structural supply side constraints, be it on the aircraft side, be it on the engine side, be it on air traffic control side, or also on enough manpower that we actually have to get back to the airline industry. So it has been quite challenging. We have been doing quite well, and looking forward now, I think we are quite positive that we continue on the successful economic track. We still will see for the next years the supply side constraints. We just have the example of the engines from Pratt & Whitney affecting almost the whole industry. Sure. And we will see other constraints still being prevalent over the next years, I would say even. So I'm still positive about it, because I think the airline industry really has now the means and the tools to face these challenges. Despite higher oil price and all these challenges, I think we will doing also rather well in 2024.
In the past, we were describing loyalty only accrual and redemption, but when you see the power of Turkish Airlines for ourselves, Turkish Airlines is now super connector for all of the world. So our responsibility changed into not only accrual and redemption, and now we are trying to touch our members' heart actually. So we are trying to do this in daily life. We are just tracking their hobbies, and for example, in last year we were sponsorship Bosphorus Cup, and now on these days we are responsible for contemporary Istanbul. So we focus art, sport, and other hobbies of our members, because we know that we should care their experiences too. So I see other loyalty programs that they are doing same. Maybe we can explain it like this.